ねえ、それ開けていい？
お好きにどうぞ。
似合うかな？
ちょっと待て。いや、それ犬の首輪なんだけど。
先に言ってよ、バカ！とにもラスカ先生とか言ってくる？ありがとう、バカ。
Well, I guess you can truly say Yui is an official bitch now. Yo, what's up, guys? This is Terrell Game Vlogs, the Insane Game Freak here to bring you another SNAFU episode review, episode 6. Yeah! Actually, I'm wondering if the camera's reversed, if it actually looks like this or if it looks like this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're getting besides the point. We're being stupid here. Okay, so this episode once again kind of does the whole. It doesn't really focus on Hikigaya's ideals as much, but then again, we've been getting small tidbits of his ideals throughout the last 5 episodes before this, so it's not really a big deal. This episode is actually a little bit more focused around. It's still focused around the main trio, but just in a different dynamic, and it's actually interesting because we get to see more Yuki. I want to call her Yuki known because of Yui. Yuki Noshita interacting with Hikigaya. We also get to meet Yuki Noshita's sister, which I'll get to that when I get to it. So the whole thing is that it's been like a week since the whole little confrontation between Yui and Hikigaya. And Hikigaya is kind of pretty much chill with himself. He's like, well, it's pretty much reset our relationship, so she's going back to being the way she was before this whole crap started, and I'm going back to being, by myself and not having to worry with this crap like usual. The thing that kind of confuses me though is, correct me if I'm wrong, is Hikigaya a freshman? Or is he like, are they all freshmen or are they like sophomores? I'm just asking because I'm not sure. Also, I guess I should mention some news regarding this show. They've announced like 3 different things. Like apparently there's a game. I think there's a game coming out. There's an OVA spinoff coming out after the 12th episode airs. And we know that the anime is going to stick to the canon because apparently it's animating an arc that just recently finished in the manga, I guess. So I guess if anything, which is from the light novels, which I guess is what the series is based on. I really hope we get. And here's another question for anyone who knows: Do they do manga adaptations of light novels? Because if they do, I would like to actually read the manga adaptation of this show. I'm just saying, this show interests me a lot. But anyways, going back to the episode in question. I'm trying to remember the teacher's name because I never really remember her name. It's like Hiratsuka Sensei, I believe is her name. Once again is in there, kind of like, all right, look, Yui hasn't been here for a while. I'm gonna count her as quit. There's a funny gag there where he's like, it's like, there's no point in teaching kids who have no drive or will. Those kids just honestly just get out. And Hikigaya is like, I have no drive or will. Can I leave? And he's like, and she cracks her knuckles, and he's just like, nah. That would have been better if I actually could have cracked my knuckles. So I just picked the wrong hand. God damn it. Anyways, moving on. So the majority of the episode is Yuki. Because the thing is, Yuki Noshita, it's like full blown. She likes having Yui around. It's to the point where it's like see, the thing is, Yuki Noshita never really took the time to get Yui, and this episode pretty much shows that she didn't. Which you would like most slice of life shows would have been like, yeah, they did that all. This fucking TV. It's like, yeah, they did that off screen. They got Yuki Noshita got to know Yui off screen. No, nothing really changed. Yuki Noshita just got way too used to Yui, and when Yui left, it started to bug her to the point now that she's actually going out, and she tried to figure out her birthday through deductive skills because of her email having these 2 specific numbers, which just happened to be June 18th, which really bugs me because that means Yui's birthday is like 2 days after mine. My birthday is on the 16th. June 16th, her birthday is June 18th, so that's interesting. So Yuki Noshita wants to buy her some type of gift, and she asks Hikigaya to come with her, which is weird because up until this episode, she hasn't voluntarily wanted Hikigaya to come with her with anything. And then we also have the little sister trolling. It's like, oh, Komachi, come with us. And then Komachi's like, I'm going to leave you two together to force you to be into a romantic situation. And that actually does go the cliche route of, what the hell are you talking about? Like, Hikigai being dense and Yuki Noshita being dense. Actually, that's the different part because she's the girl. No, that's a lie. No, it's not. See, that's the thing about the show. The show has a good way of mixing in common cliche stuff for slice of life shows while giving its own spin, pretty much, but also disproving it. For example, well, I'll get to it when we get to it. We have kind of pretty much, we have a lot of cliche-ish moments that lead into a different direction. Like, for example, they're shopping around, but the girls are kind of like mean mugging the hell out of Hikigaya because he's the guy in the girls section. You know, if you have younger sisters or a mother and you went shopping with them, you know how that feels. You're essentially walking into a girls section, and if you're young like I was, walking into the training bras and not understanding what's going on, and your brain doesn't click until you're older, and the girls are looking at you like you're some type of pervert, and you're like, this is kind of awkward. And so Yuki Noshita's like, why don't you just pretend to be my boyfriend? They'll make it less awkward. And then there's that scene where you're kind of like, oh, this is going to obviously turn into one of them blushing or overthinking this, but both of them are pretty neutral about it, even though I feel like Yuki Noshita took that as a compliment because she kind of gets surprised and pretty much, but like you can kind of tell it led into Yuki Noshita liking Hikigaya a little bit more, even though Hikigaya was kind of neutral. Like, this is like the least abusive Yuki Noshita has been to him verbally in the entire series so far. Because this episode, she barely says anything to him negatively, except for, I think, a few scenes. But that doesn't go the traditional route of that. We also get to meet Yuki Noshita's sister, Haruno, who is nothing like Yuki Noshita, which is stereotypical. It's usually how it works. Either she was going to have a little sister who was a bitch to her, or a little sister who was completely different to her. Actually, it was probably going to be both. It was just whether the bitch part was going to stick in. Apparently it didn't. We have this bubbly, really hyperactive older sister who's fucking with Hikigaya, like, oh, so you're her boyfriend, and you know, obviously that would be like a normal misunderstanding. Like, you know, that's the thing about these type of shows. Most of the drama from these shows come from people misunderstanding things. This show's like, no, if that happens, it's only gonna last like an episode, and that's what it did. Like, they were straight off the bat telling her, it's like, no, we're not dating. And then we also get to see Yui, who accidentally is in the mall because her dog's like leash is shit, because that thing breaks off like 2 or 3 times in this damn episode. It's retarded. And Yui sees them both together, even though they don't realize that they're shopping for a gift for her. She assumes because they're together on a day off that they're dating, obviously, because that's how romances and slice of life shows go. So we skip into later where it's like, okay, you meet us in the club room like Monday, and that's where guy's like, okay, listen, I think you're misunderstanding it. We're not dating. And then obviously the whole real reason behind, you know, we're trying to celebrate your birthday. And here comes a little confusing part, because I rewatched the episode like two or three times when I did this, before I did this review, because the ending part makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Here's my thing. Pretty much, they're kind of giving the gifts for the little birthday shit, even though Hikigaya, when he gives his gift, he's pretty much saying, this isn't really a gift for your birthday. This is a gift to kind of pay you back for the kindness you gave me. Now can we just drop it and we just go about our lives? Even though, which was weird because he didn't have to do that to begin with, but I feel like that's the awkwardness. Because Yuki Noshita noticed the awkwardness because Yui didn't show up. So it's like, he's hoping that the gift would fix everything. Granted, he thought everything was fine before, that's why the gift kind of made no sense. That's the thing that kind of confuses me. And then as you continue on, it's pretty much, the only other thing I don't like about this was this episode hints at the fact that maybe Yui really was being nice to Hikigaya because he saved her dog. Even though I as a viewer don't believe this, the anime episode hints as if that is what happened. The only thing that kind of hints away from it is that whole, Yui at one point says, why do you view someone being nice to you as an act of pity? Well, like, why can't someone just be nice to you for the sake of being nice? Why does it have to be for an act of pity? And that's going into Hikigaya's whole mindset. He's a guy who hasn't dealt with that before. when you're a guy who gets bashed on and made fun of on a constant basis throughout your childhood, even into your teen or early teen years, mid-teen years, you're not gonna just trust people's kindness like that. He fell in, as I said, Hikigai is full of shit half the time. Like, he'll fall into his own traps and realize it. He's not like, but that's how a human being is. A human being will say things, but end up contradicting themselves. Because it's like, I thought this was gonna happen and it didn't. I'm like, rah, and see, that's what happened. And the thing is that the way Hikigai is saying it, it's just that we take the gift, we act like we're even, and you go back to doing what you were doing before you met me, and vice versa. Yuki Noshi's like, why do y'all have to do that? Why can't y'all just start over as people? I mean, it's not like either one of you did anything wrong, but Yuki Noshi's metaphor kind of threw me off because she says like the whole, you know, one of you is being, if one of you is the savior and the other one's being saved, but the cause of you needing to be saved in the first place wasn't either one of your faults, then neither one of you were at fault here. So why can't y'all just start over? Because that's the truth. They're not having a fight. It's just more of misunderstanding each other. That's which ironically is the only misunderstanding that still kind of isn't clear. I mean, it's kind of obvious by the end of the episode that Yui does have a crush on him, and Yuki Noshi is warming up the Hikigai as well. But that's how it is. It's like the whole thing between them wasn't really a fight. It was more of Hikigai's self-loathing taking over the situation and trying to end it, whereas Yui still having some conflicting emotions in herself, probably due to the fact that between her crush and being annoyed at the fact, and it's like it's a mixture of annoying. I don't know, because I think she's annoyed at Hikigai because she keeps calling him a jerk. That could be some daddy shit, but think about it. She calls him a jerk because he keeps downplaying the hell out of himself. And I think Yui doesn't like the fact that he downplays the shit out of himself. But that's how you grow up when you were hated all your life. Like, you technically, be honest, Hikigai should be passed off as a pathetic character in a sense, but they don't play him like that. Because he's the only character you know who takes pride in the fact of his failures. You know, he's used to this kind of shit. That's why his self-loathing doesn't come off as a sense of, y'all, I feel bad for the character. It's more of, oh damn, he's kind of a badass. People, I mean, I like the character because he's so fucking proud about the fact that he's, by technical standards, a quote unquote loser, even though I don't view him that way. But to be perfectly honest, I like the episode overall. I mean, the episode was enjoyable. I'm kind of looking forward to more Yuki Noshita interaction because I feel like now we're really going to start building on their relationship too, because I guess the show is being played off as like a fucking love triangle, but it kind of didn't start feeling like it. It's not going to really start feeling like it until maybe like near the end of the season. God, I hope we get a second season. But in terms of the episode itself, that's how it's playing off of. You know, the whole gag and misunderstandings in shoujos and shit usually lasting. I mean, come on, I'll give you a perfect example. Kimi no Todoke is 2 seasons, which in total is, I believe, is like 36. Yeah, about 36 episodes with both seasons, because the second season is only 12 episodes. The majority of the drama that happens in Kimi no Todoke are based upon the fact that characters are misunderstanding other characters in certain scenes. So this show pretty much says, fuck that, we're gonna fix all that crap in like 1 episode. And they did. There is no misunderstanding of who's dating who. No one's dating anybody. Everything's good. And I thought that was cool, and I did like the whole interaction between Yuki Noshita and Hikigaya. We also find out that Yuki Noshita is afraid of dogs, which I thought was funny as hell. And then the whole fact that he kind of indirectly gave her a compliment. And that's the other thing you got to remember. Yuki Noshita and Hikigaya are really alike. I said this before. But this episode really kind of shows it, like when they're talking in the mall about things and about buying something for you. It's like, well, Yui doesn't give a shit about the effectiveness of the wear. She gives more of about she's more of a like visual person. She's like the frills and the stupid looking shit. And she's like, that was mean as hell to say, but technically that's right, so I can't disagree with you. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Insane Game Freak Trail Game Vlogs. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll leave the articles the Anime News Network thing about the new information regarding the show and the OVA and everything. And thank you guys for watching. Peace!
引きがやくん、夏休み中の奉仕部の活動について至急連絡を取りたいです。折り返し連絡をください。もしかしてまだ寝てますか？先ほどから何度かメールや電話をしています。本当は見てるんじゃないんですか？ねえ、見て ってるんでしょ。
怖えよ。あと怖い。次回ともあれ夏休みなのに休めないのは何かおかしい。